All right, hopefully this goes as well as I envision it in my head. If not, shoot me any questions. But I'll start from the ground up, going off of your jump. Someone earlier before mentioned to keep a pogo jump, which I completely agree with. The more straight up and down that jump can be without any of that leg kick, so you're here the entire time instead of this, which is essentially the exact same jump. So I have the same amount of time to cycle that rope around me, but by adding the little leg kick, I'm just expending more energy, and I'm gonna make myself have to make up for that energy by breathing heavier, decreasing that recovery time. Then going into some of the things that I was talking about, and I'll start with the rope path. The double under is a completely frontal plane movement, but what I mean by that is if I were to take, a knife or something, cut straight down my body in this direction all the way down my sides, that's the frontal plane. So when I do those double unders, I want to stick everything in that frontal plane. My upper arm specifically stays right there along with my sides, tighter here, because the more that I come out, the shorter that rope will get, making it harder for me to go around my body. Same thing with my hands. When I am cycling that jump rope, when my hands come back, that rope comes back with me, so that point that it hits on the ground comes back further, and I'm more likely to catch a toe and lose that nice smooth double under that I've got going. So if you can think about relaxing, staying here, hands nice in front, and keeping that double under relaxed, you're going to be able to continually keep that jump rope going and relax, keep that breathing rate, heart rate down, and breathing patterns the same. With all movements, I like to compare it to a math equation. The fewer variables that you can put into that equation, the easier that equation is going to be to solve. So if I have, 30 different pieces that I have to account for each time I do a repetition of anything, the harder it's going to be for me to stay within that movement pattern. So if I can keep that jump, nice straight up and down instead of kicking or bringing my hands back or my arms back, hands out, the harder it is for me to continually do that each and every time. Now, going to the wrist flick. The double under should just be right here the entire time, and it's less of a circular motion with my wrists and more of that wrist flick that I was talking about. So if you think about doing double under, you're just going 1 2 1 2 1 2. So for newer athletes who are learning that double under, I have them put their finger down that spine of the jump rope, and when they do them, all they got to do is think about flick, 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 flick. So when I hit it, oh, that was good. I'm just flicking that wrist each and every repetition. So try that. As you get more comfortable, it's really awkward to be here all the time, so just bring that back around. Don't death grip the rope either. Just like muscle-ups, for example. If you death grip that ring, that transition is quite a bit harder because your wrist is locked in that position. But if you release some of that tension, I have more movement to flick that wrist. And then the last thing, stay relaxed, breathe, focus on something else, whether it be a spot on the wall, spot on the floor, I don't know, your favorite buddy in the room, whatever. Focus on that and let your shoulders relax, because the same thing, distance with that rope. If I am relaxed, I'm nice, I have a lot of space for that rope, but the second I shrug, my rope instantly gets shorter, more likely to make a fault and lose that cycle. I hope some of this helps. I'm by no means an expert, but those are some of the things that I have found that helped me. Double unders was the hardest movement for me to get, and hope they help you. Alrighty.